Hello everybody and welcome back to Path to Platinum, the series where I can spontaneously decide I'm making a random trophy guide for any game. Seriously, the game I'm covering today was honestly a write-off in my mind at first because I thought nobody would care about it, but I started seeing other people making trophy content for this game in my suggested, and then I said, wait, that could be me! Today I'm going to be going over a PS1 classic from my childhood, Syphon Filter. But before we talk more about that, if you guys enjoy this video or you find it helpful, then please don't forget to leave a like on this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and of course hit that notification bell to support me for more trophy hunting content, and I would really appreciate that. It would mean a lot. Now that we got those pleasantries out of the way, I think it's about time we take a look at a game that was pretty damn cool when I was a kid, but didn't necessarily age all that well, but it's still pretty fun. This is Syphon Filter. Now, as soon as you start the game, the first trophy you could start working on straight out of the gate is going to be, hey man, nice shot! Which requires you to get 20 headshots using the 9mm pistol. This gun is literally always in your inventory in every single mission in the game. It's the default weapon you always start with. That being said, as soon as you begin to encounter enemies, you can start racking up your headshots straight away. Aiming in first person using R1 can be pretty annoying. I myself cannot stand inverted controls. I've hated them my entire life, and you can't change this in the settings either. However, this is definitely something you're gonna have to get used to, because during the final few missions in the game, literally every single enemy you encounter is wearing a flak jacket, which significantly decreases the amount of damage enemies take. And the only quick way to take them out when they're wearing these is either by unloading your mag into their freaking legs, or much more simply, capping them in their pixelated faces. So all this being said, you're going to want to make the R1 button your best friend when playing this game. Anyways, go headshot 20 people and you got yourself a trophy. Next up, we're going to be talking about the Window of Opportunity trophy, which requires you to shoot out 30 glass windows. Now, not only does the first mission in the game have a ton of windows, but what's nice about this trophy is that it's cumulative. Meaning if you shoot out 5 windows and then you die and reset to your last checkpoint, and then shoot another 5 windows, the game will remember the first 5 that you shot before you died, and add them to your total. That's what cumulative means, kids. Once I figured this out, I just kept getting myself killed, shooting out the same windows over and over, and I got this trophy before I even finished the first level. However, if you don't use this method, there are still plenty of windows as well as opportunities to shoot them throughout the entire game. There is no shortage of windows in this game, so this trophy should not even be remotely an issue for you. So get hunting! That glass ain't gonna smash itself. The next trophy I'm gonna talk about is gonna be the What Does This One Do trophy. And it's gonna be one of the last trophies you get, as well as easily the most time-consuming one. This trophy requires you to get a kill with every bullet-firing weapon in the game, and this description is quite literal. For example, the M79 grenade launcher doesn't count towards this trophy because it doesn't fire bullets. It lobs grenades, as the name plainly suggests. The weapons we will need kills for will be as follows, and I will list them all right now. The silenced 9mm that you start every single mission with. The sniper rifle, which you also start every single mission with. The 45 handgun, which can be retrieved during these levels I've mentioned in the caption on screen right now, and I will be doing this for every single gun I mention on this list, if you want to know where you can find each of them. You can find the 45 in Washington at the earliest. The M16 can be found by most enemies in the first freaking level. The shotgun is also very easily found in the very first level of the game. The night vision rifle will likely first be found during the Washington Park level. The HK5, which can be obtained from the Expo Center reception stage at the earliest. The G18, which can also be found during the Expo Center reception at the earliest. The combat shotgun, which, as you might have guessed, can also be found during the Expo Center reception at the earliest. The PK-102, which will first be discovered during the Roamer's base mission at the earliest. The K3G4, which can be found once you reach the Expo Center reception mission at the earliest. And the last weapon you will definitely find will be the Biz 2, which can be retrieved during the Farcom warehouses at the earliest. Now, if for whatever reason you have missed a kill with any of these weapons, and you can't go back to replay the mission which has the weapon you're looking for, then this would be a good time to mention that the cheat codes for this game still work on both the PS4 and PS5 versions of the game. Go ahead and punch in the cheat code that you should be able to see on screen right now, and you will be granted access to every weapon in the game upon a successful input. Why didn't I lead with the cheat code first, which would have net your trophy a lot sooner? Well, because if you're anything like me, you want to experience your first time with the game without exploiting cheats for in-game advantages, as this can sometimes defeat the entire purpose of playing the game, so I'm mentioning the cheat codes as a last resort for people who cross the point of no return and need a little assistance. Anyways, that's a trophy to be mindful of as you progress through the game. Moving on. The next trophy I'll cover is going to be the More Guns Please trophy, which requires you to gain access to the armory in the base bunker mission. You will be able to accomplish this just before you reach the end of the level. There will be a hallway where two dickheads try to flank you, and they both have flak jackets, which tends to rapidly increase my rage levels. So be aware of this surprise attack. Naturally, I responded by dispatching them quickly and efficiently. Once you do that, you can enter the nearby room just prior to the elevator, which will take you to the end of the mission. Go ahead and interact with the terminal to open up a secret passage to the armory. It's worth noting that if the enemies from before were to chase you into this room, there's a chance they could shoot out the computer terminal, which will deny you access to the armory, so make sure that doesn't happen, and if it did, then simply make use of the incredibly exploitative rewind tool that the game allows you to use at any given moment. The trophy will pop once the entrance has been opened. You don't actually have to go inside, but if you choose to do so, be aware that there are 3 enemies inside waiting to fuck you up. And they're all wearing flak jackets, naturally, which is so much fun. And lastly, I want to talk about how idiotic and pointless the armory actually is. You see, there's a shit ton of ammo in here for several different weapons. And so initially, you would think, that's great! But you essentially only get to use this stuff for one very short mission. And it's just a very brief boss fight. There's the occasional singular enemy that shows up, but you're mostly just fighting the boss. Once the fight's done, the mission immediately following that one, you can't use any of your weapons on any of the enemies. And I'll explain why once I go over the next trophy. But yeah, so you open that armory for all those goodies, and then you almost immediately lose them, because once you get to Roamer's stronghold, your inventory resets. So yeah, the armory is just pointless as fuck, at least for trophy hunters anyway. If the game is gonna do you the solid of decking out your inventory, it would be nice if you could actually use the stuff you got for more than one short-ass mission. But yeah, just a friendly heads up, if you decide you want to ignore everything inside the armory, you honestly wouldn't be missing much. Now, the next trophy, which I briefly mentioned earlier, is going to be the Run, Logan, Run trophy, which requires you to play through the base escape mission without killing any enemies. This is the mission that immediately follows the helicopter boss fight. And then once this mission is done, you can kiss your rewards from the armory goodbye. But yeah, back to the trophy. This one isn't that complicated. You just basically spam roll the entire way as you backtrack towards the area where you started the Roamer's base mission. And if you fuck up and kill someone, or you happen to die along the way, then just rewind and try again. It's pretty straightforward. Should be very easy for you. Next up will be Roamer's Stronghold, and you can get a trophy here called And Gotcha, which asks the player to drop a chandelier onto an unsuspecting enemy. You will have several opportunities to do this throughout the mission, and it's also freaking hilarious to watch. Well, now's the perfect time to... I have no idea why the chandelier explodes on impact, but it makes for great comedy, and you'll want to shoot them down every time you see one. At least I did anyway. This is the only mission that has chandeliers, so if you missed this trophy, you will unfortunately have to replay quite a bit of the game to get another crack at it. And another trophy we can earn during the same mission, Roamer's Stronghold, is going to be the Hold Your Nose trophy, which requires you to simply shoot and destroy one of the test tubes sitting on one of the desks. There are a few opportunities to do this throughout the level, but yeah, you don't even have to use this to kill anyone. You just simply shoot the tubes and voila, easy trophy. But yes, these tubes can be used to kill nearby enemies if they happen to be there. That's if they're not stupid enough to kill themselves with it. You fucking moron! Oh, that was funny. And the very last trophy I'm going to be talking about is going to be the Heartless trophy, which requires you to eliminate poor defenseless Erickson. How cruel. Now, you'll actually have an opportunity to do this literally as soon as you start the Farcom Warehouses mission. Right at the beginning of the level, on your right side, will be a low-hanging rooftop that you can climb, which leads you to a nice view of the man in question, Erickson himself. However, if you shoot him before entering the room, this won't count towards the trophy. You'll have to shoot out the glass and enter the room, which will trigger a cutscene. Once this cutscene finishes, you can now kill Erickson, and this will be the last optional trophy in the game. Every other trophy in the game is story-related, meaning they cannot be missed, and I'm not about to break my rule and talk about unnecessary shit. And with that, that is going to be every single trophy in the game, and once you actually complete the game, you should have that sweet and succulent platinum. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I truly hope that it helped you guys out, and if it did, please don't forget to leave a like on this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and of course hit that notification bell to support me, and I would really appreciate that. Also, for anyone who is interested, I made a video showing all of the highlights from my time with this game, and it's meant to have more of a comedic appeal, so if you guys want to see how my time trophy hunting in this game went, then please feel free to check that video out. There will be a link on screen right now to that video. And of course, for more guides as well as trophy hunting content, be sure to keep up to date with my channel. Check out the Path to Platinum playlist for more guides on other games. Links in the description. And with that being said, I'm out. Take it easy, have a good one, and I will definitely see you in the next one.